43 North exemplifies the entrepreneurial spirit and the commitment to investment and innovation that is the fabric of Western New York. Rich Products Corporation, founded 71 years ago, is a testament to that spirit of innovation. When we started back in 1945, we had an idea led by Bob Rich Sr., and we had $28,000 in sales. Today, we're a rapidly growing global empire with over $3.5 billion in revenue, and we're active in over 100 countries around the world. Innovation is the lifeblood that continues to drive the growth of our company. In Buffalo, the people of this community and the Customer Innovation Center, where you're all sitting here today, serve as a key catalyst for the success of Rich Products, and we trust an inspiration for the candidates who are going to be competing today. Buffalo, under our governor's leadership, the support of Mayor Brown, and through the commitment and expertise of Bill Maggio and the board of 43 North, is enabling our business community to thrive and to grow. Recent 43 North graduates are choosing this city to grow, to invest in, and emerging companies are putting down roots in our community. You know, we're really at the forefront of creating a vibrant, entrepreneurial ecosystem that's evident to not only the people in Western New York, but the people around the globe. This innovative competition shows the world what we have to offer and helps us attract the next generation of business leaders and entrepreneurs to build an even stronger Western New York. With Governor Cuomo as our partner, I can't wait to see what the future holds for Western New York, and we're all certainly confident that this upward trend will only continue. So with that, it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the board and the leader of 43 North, Bill Maggio. Bill?
How about a round of applause for Richard and this amazing facility and support from Rich Products, a pillar in the corporate community here in Western New York. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the third annual finals of the 43 North $5 million startup competition. Today, we kick off the first of 3 rounds of 43 North finals. I'd like to welcome the folks who will have the challenging job today of helping us cut down from 15 finalists to 10, our judges sitting in front of me. As you can see from the map on the screen, I believe, and the inserts in your program, these 30-some-odd VCs and angels have traveled from across North America to join us today. Thank you, and I promise you throughout today's events, we'll get to know them better. Now, many of you know this, but 43 North simply would not exist if it was not for Governor Andrew Cuomo. In 2012, Governor Cuomo announced his Buffalo Billion Initiative, a $1 billion investment in Western New York economy. One of the pillars of the Buffalo Billion Plan is building a culture of entrepreneurship in Western New York. At the time, Buffalo lagged behind peer cities in several key indicators of a healthy startup ecosystem. That challenge head-on by creating a bold, ambitious $5 million startup competition that was in a league of its own. That competition is 43 North. It is my absolute pleasure to now welcome and introduce Howard Zemsky, the president of Empire State Development. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here. Who's got the donuts? I don't know, this place makes like 5 billion donuts a year. Last time I was here, I walked in the door and I got donuts. This year, no donuts. If anyone has the donuts. I travel all over the state, all over this amazing state. And across the state, particularly upstate, cities are getting their mojo back. And when I first started the job, Cities would say, we're the next Brooklyn. But now when I travel the state, everyone says, we're going to be the next Buffalo. So give yourselves a hand. You've done an amazing job. I just want to thank Bill Maggio, Jordan Levy, the whole board, John Gavigan, his entire team at 43 North. One of the things we had to do was transform the image of Buffalo across the country. And this competition, folks, this competition has gotten Buffalo's mojo back, has injected incredible enthusiasm into our downtown, has changed the image of Buffalo across the country. I can't say enough for the fabulous work that the whole 43 North team has done, and John Cuomo and Gil Quinones and the New York Power Authority, who have been our partners throughout. Thank you very much. I don't know, I've lived in Buffalo 35 years. I think for 30 of them, there was not much hope. Every year was one step backwards economically. It was always a slow bleed. And there isn't a person in this room, not a person in this room who has lived in Buffalo for about as long as I have, that wouldn't admit 5 years ago that they didn't have serious doubts about whether this town had a future or not. And my kids are coming back, and your kids are coming back, and your kids are staying, and the vibe and the attitude in this city has changed 180 degrees, and success has 1,000 fathers. And I know everyone takes credit for all the good things, but I want to tell you what has changed dramatically in this state, for this city, in recent years. For the first time in an awfully long time, you got a governor who has made Buffalo and Western New York unequivocally, undeniably, job one. And we can recount the myriad of ways that the state has committed unprecedented resources to unprecedented initiatives, including this one. But all you need to know is the game has changed for Buffalo, the game has changed for Western New York, and the person, in my opinion, most responsible for that is the governor of this great state. Welcome, Governor Andrew Cuomo.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. You may be wondering who I am and why I'm here. I am the man who makes the donuts. To all the organizers for today, to John Cuomo and the Power Authority, to Mr. Maggio, to all the people who work so hard to organize 43 North. Let's give them a big round of applause. To Howard Zemsky and Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul and John Majori and everyone on my team who's worked so hard. Let's give them a round of applause. And to Mayor Byron Brown, who himself epitomizes the spirit of innovation and performance, and actually just accepted a very risky proposition this morning, because the city needs to design a new train station. Now, when a government goes to design a project, that could take a long, long time, right? And you get involved in the bureaucracy and the politics, and this one said this, and this one said this. I made $1 million wager with the mayor of Buffalo this morning that he can't get a final decision done in 6 months, and he accepted the wager. So let's give him a big round of applause. Talk about performance and putting your money where your mouth is and stepping up to the plate. Mayor Brown, this competition in many ways epitomizes the essence of everything that we've been doing in Western New York, everything we've been doing all across upstate New York, everything they should be doing all across this country in the places that have been left behind by the shifting economy. Because what really happened to Buffalo happened to hundreds of cities across this country. The economy shifted. This nation had a new notion of where our economic future was. We gave away our manufacturing jobs to overseas, and they picked up and they moved, and we never really had plan B. We never really had, well, in the innovation economy, where do you create the jobs? And how do you retrain the workers? And how about those cities that were one industry cities? You give away the steel business because it can be done cheaper overseas. You just devastated 5 cities where that was the economic anchor. You give away textile manufacturing because labor is cheaper overseas. You just decimated several states where the #1 economy was textile manufacturing. And we were glib with the solution. Well, in the innovation economy, there'll be new jobs. And our future is in the high-tech, copyright, intellectual property arena. Very nice. Sounded nice. First of all, there are only 11 jobs in the intellectual property arena. Second of all, they steal the intellectual property from the internet the next day, and now it's their intellectual property. Third of all, you had places and people who were vested in the old economy, and you needed to help them transition. Some places transitioned better than others. Buffalo, upstate New York, had no help from the state government. And in many ways, they wandered the economic desert for 40 years, waiting for the future to happen. The new Buffalo realizes that the future doesn't happen. What happens is what you make happen. It's what you people understand innately. It's what brought you here. You make your future. You make your destiny. Fortune favors the bold. And it's true for a young entrepreneur, and it's true for a city. And Buffalo now has that same entrepreneurial spirit that you bring here today, which is markedly different than the culture of Buffalo 5-10 years ago. It's a 180-degree difference. We were just at Roswell Park, which is a great internationally known cancer institute, and announced that when President Obama signaled opening of relations with Cuba, New York State was the first state to go on a trade mission to Cuba. We organized it faster than anyone else. We got there faster than anyone else. Roswell Park came on that first trade mission. We were very aggressive. Some people criticized me, said nothing can come of this. Why would you spend all this money going to Cuba? Roswell Park came. We just announced a joint venture between Roswell Park and Cuba, where Cuba has an apparently remarkable vaccine for lung cancer, and Roswell is going to be doing the clinical trials for it here in the United States. And this happened within 18 months of the entire enterprise opening up, which is like lightning. So in many ways, the new Buffalo is like the old Buffalo, because the old Buffalo was an entrepreneurial city. The old Buffalo did a lot of great things first. You had the first railway suspension bridge was Buffalo, first park system, first parkway system. The first implantable pacemaker was developed in Buffalo. First skin graft developed in Buffalo. First air conditioner, Buffalo. American Express started in Buffalo. So Buffalo did generate a lot of ideas first. We then lost our way, and we're now recapturing the essence of the entrepreneurial spirit of Buffalo. And that's what you guys represent and 43 North represents. That's what 4 rounds of 43 North have proven, that it's a tremendous success. So much so that I can tell you today, the state is going to commit to $5 million to fund the next round because it's working. And to all of you here today, you started as the Sweet 16. You're now the Fantastic 15. We wish you good luck. Congratulations to whoever wins. In one of the great symbolisms, the award will be announced tomorrow by a young man named Luke Russert. Luke Russert is the son of a fellow named Tim Russert, who's no longer with us. Tim Russert was one of the famous favorite sons of Buffalo. He was a great newscaster. I had worked with him when I was in my 20s. He was the press secretary to my father, who was governor of New York at the time. And we were both in our 20s, and we didn't know what we didn't know, but we had a lot of energy and got ourselves into a lot of trouble, especially in Buffalo. And Tim was very sad about what was happening to Buffalo, because Buffalo was the city where everybody left. Children left, jobs left, and the people who stayed saw this continuing exodus. And Tim and I spent years lamenting what was happening to Buffalo. And now his son will come here to award the best entrepreneurial idea. It really is full circle. And Tim's not with us, but Tim will be up above us, looking down and smiling as Luke hands the award to one of you. Thank you and God bless.